Om Jananim Sharadam Devim Ramakrishnam Jagadgurum Padapadme Tayo Shritva Pranamami Muhurmuhu. A devotee is asking, can the ripe eye form an organization? Sri Ramakrishna is differentiating between the Kachami and Pakami, the eye which is unripe and the eye which is ripe. So unripe eye is what makes I, mine and for me. Ripe eye is what makes you, yours and for you. So can this ripe I, with the understanding you, yours and for you, whatever I do, my ego is dissolved. You exist, I don't exist, as if I am doing everything for you. All that belongs, what I was calling mine is no more mine, but it is all yours. Because when I was not there, all things which I was calling was there. When I am there, also they are there. When I go, also they will be left here. It eternally belongs to God. Each one comes for a short while and claims this is mine, including the body. Body too is going to be earth again, soil again. It's going back to its cause. What shall I call as mine here? So everything belongs to Him. That understanding, that I which has dissolved its own ego, the I which has disowned all things that it was owning, and it was doing everything for one's own self, whether it is sadhana or any other activity, it was doing for itself. Now it is for all, for God. You have kept me here in this state, I am doing it for you. So when this replacement is there, of I, mine and for you, is replaced by you, yours and for you, what happens? Can the ripe eye form an organization? Master, I said to Keshav Sen that the I that says, I am a leader, I have formed this party, I am teaching people, is the unripe eye. It's very difficult to preach religion. It is not possible to do so without receiving the commandment of God. The permission of God is necessary. Shukadeva had a command from God to recite Bhagavata. If after realizing God, a man gets his command and becomes a preacher or a teacher, then that preaching or teaching does no harm. His eye is unripe, it is ripe. His eye is not unripe, it is ripe. Now, you see Vinayakananda, how much he resists when Thakur says you have to do mother's work. I will not do. He refuses. But then Thakur re-insists, your bones will do. Because he has been brought down, like Arjuna, he has been brought down. He doesn't want to fight. Arjuna wants to run away from the war field. Krishna tells the same thing. Your bones will do, your nature will make you do. You may run away for a while, but you will again happen, the same thing will repeat again. So, they are being brought down to teach. They have been brought down to work for God. And that is another type of souls which come down to serve or help in the serving or in the activity of God directly. Those who accompany the Leela Sahacharas. And the many like Shankaracharya, Madhvacharya, all these people they get the command of God after realizing God. Yes, now you can preach to the world. Like Naren got the commandment that you have to go and preach. Thakur in fact writes in his own handwriting, Naren will teach. So this commandment, once a person gets commandment, the world gets transformed. World gets transformed. Otherwise, one or two admirers may follow, a small group may follow for a short time. They also disappear. The organization also disappears. People also, followers, the whole thing disappears. But when Avatara comes, like Bhagavad Gita, it is eternally there. It is eternal message which is going to be there forever. In different forms, it may be available. And second thing is, the teachings like Bhagavad Gita, the scriptures, will go on changing its meaning according to situation. As the situation changes, as the time changes, when the changes in the social and human consciousness changes, it starts giving new understanding, new way of looking at the same truth according to their position, new position. Now, Bhagavad Gita, times may change, situations may change, man's nature may change, but truth remains the same. So here we see that God doing is different, God getting it doing also is different, and God working through some people is also there, which has the authority on or backing from God directly. I asked Keshav to give up this unripe eye, the ego that feels I am the servant of God and lover of God, does not injure one. I asked Keshav to give up this unripe eye, the ego that feels I am the servant of God and lover of God does not injure one. The ripe does not injure, unripe will injure. I said to him, you have been constantly talking of your organization and your followers, but people also go away from your organization. Keshav answered, it is true, sir. After staying in it several years, people go to another organization. What is worse? On deserting me, they abuse me right and left. Why don't you study their nature? I said. Is there any good in making everybody a disciple? When an organization comes, the people are so not sensitive but shrewd. and attached to the world, and will be looking everything with the gains and losses they undergo. What do I get? First thing is, any organization, any institution, any temple, any church, any organized religious centers, people will first see, what am I going to get in return? The nature of human, if they are not born of sacrifice and love for humanity, the first question they ask is, what I get in return? So, and they are born and brought up in the world, in the worldly background, not in the divine background. So those who are brought up in the worldly background will be looking at every person with the same eye, who is attached to Kamini Kanchana, attached to Kamini Kanchana. He is making money, he is doing this, he is doing that. It may be true or may not be true. A particular incident may look, the same incident may look to different people in different way. One may see absolute innocence, another may see the same thing as a crime. Because they are brought up, the incident is same and it may be neutral altogether. But yet the person who views it may, those who are worldly nature, they want to shift and go away to new places where they get some small benefits. So they leave the organization, however great, good and long-lasting it may be, they leave and go away. Even in Mahabharata war, you can see how many people took, how many kings for so much of their own reasons took part in the war on the Kaurava side and took part on the Duryodhana side. How many? Duryodhana's army was much more greater than the Pandavas' army. So it is, the majority does not decide the reality. The example usually given is hospital. In hospital, so many patients will be there, a few doctors will be there. So majority doesn't decide what it is. Hospital we cannot call a place of diseases, because a few doctors and hundreds of patients. So patients is majority there, but still doctor have the upper hold because they relieve the people from the suffering. One day when Keshav was here with his disciples, I said to him that I would like to hear him preach. He delivered a lecture in Chandni. Then we all sat by the bathing ghat and had a long conversation. I said to him, it is Bhagwan alone who is in the form, appears as Bhakta, and in another form he is Bhagavata. Please repeat, Bhagavata, Bhakta, Bhagavan. Keshav and his disciples repeated the words. I asked him to repeat Guru, Krishna, Vaishnava. Guru, Krishna, Vaishnava. Thereupon Keshav said, I should not go so far. Now, people will say, I have become an Orthodox Hindu. See the tendency. Because the Brahmo Samaj was something they wanted to re-establish the same principles, free from many things, the other Western organizations had so many defects showing in Hinduism, like idol worship, early marriage, and all these things. So they wanted to remove all this which others point out and make pure spiritual existence as the one reality, almost moving towards Advaitic, and all Dvaitic concepts and that which forms a differentiation, they wanted to eliminate and re-establish the Sanatana Dharma like, and which was supposed to have deviated from Hindu religious tendencies, religious understanding. So he is telling, I would be called Orthodox Hindu, but actually the Orthodox Hindu alone remains because they are built on the eternal principle. We see each other different from each other. We can never see one, because as long as we are bodies, as long as each person, any one person also, if I am identifying myself with body, I can never see oneness anywhere. My just identification with body in waking state. When I sleep, I dissociate totally, and I'll be moving towards myself. In deep sleep, I am alone myself, one with God. Yet, the moment I wake up, till waking up, I have a body separate from my existence. And when I am waking up, I totally identify with this body. The moment I identify with this body, I see many bodies. I can never say I and that another body is one, because I am seeing multitudes, many things, multifarious world. I no more see one, neither in material way nor in spiritual way. Spiritual is invisible, imperceptible, ununderstandable. So where is the oneness? An imagination. The reality shines forth only when I dissolve my identity with body. The more I move towards self from the body, I start moving from external to the internal. I see less body, less body I see there. I see myself as spirit, I see spirit everywhere. Just like in a mirror, you go back, the image also goes back. Like that, go away from body, you start seeing spiritual entities moving about. No more body, no more man, no more woman, no more child, no more old man. All are like lights moving about. So, where is the oneness? We see duality, we see multitude, and where is the oneness? Oneness is an ideal to be reached in the ultimate. So that is, we have to remain in duality, transcend the duality, and reach the reality, absolute reality, the ultimate reality. Till then, and once he reaches, he sees. And the rest of the people, Shankaracharya realized truth and went away. All else are still in ignorance. His ignorance has gone away. He sees one reality, but we don't see. So one person's ignorance goes away, the rest of the universe will continue. He alone transcends and goes away. He enters into eternal life of eternal bliss. So this can be placed as an ideal and can never be brought into practicality Practicality, when I see myself self, there is no need to serve or love or converse or do. There is no duality if I see one. And when I see multitude, there is no one. So it is a something like a puzzle, how to reach the truth and how to retain the truth. This is just like I enter into dream, a state, I experience dream. I wake up, the dream disappears. Totally, dream world is not at all there the moment I wake up. Similarly, the moment I sleep, waking world is no more there. Like that, when I am bodily existence, the Chaitanya is not there. When I see Chaitanya, bodies are not there. Now, how to establish an institution based on the Advaita? It is just an ideal we can place in front of man. This is the ultimate, this is where we have to go into eternal oneness with all existence and transcend the nature. Why should we? Because you are going to transcend the nature, enter life eternal of love, peace and bliss forever. That is Hinduism. That is Orthodox Hinduism. Orthodox Hinduism is ultimate, and when we come down, we have the personal God. When we reach the ultimate, we have impersonal reality. So when coming down from Samadhi, I see oneness, the same impersonal I am seeing. And as long as I am in duality, I hold on to the personal God in the background of the one impersonal existence. This is Orthodox Hinduism, and it has to be there. It will be there because it is reality. When I am body, there is world. When I am spirit, there is no more world. So when I am body, I behave as body. But hold on to the divine and move in the direction that makes me evolve and reach that. Nowhere I will be following injustice, anyaya or adharma, living according to the laws of nature. What God expects, what nature expects from me, that life I live. So this is living a dharmic life and a life of absolute social justice. Then that is the Hinduism. And the whole efforts of life is to transcend the nature and go beyond to the life eternal. It is extremely difficult to go beyond the three gunas. One cannot reach that state without having realized God. Man dwells in the realm of Maya. Maya does not permit him to see God. Maya is the one appearing as many is Maya. Vinayakananda explains it as Maya is a statement of facts. Statement of fact. Now you see, this I am seeing multitude. In place of one I am seeing many people, many varieties of things in this universe I am seeing. This how that multiplicity comes from one. It is, I always give the example, one white light passing through the prism. Go to the other side of the prism, you see multiple colors. The colors, white becoming 7, it will not end with 7. It gets reflected with each other and multitudes of shades will come. Look at just outside, look at how many colors are there. Combination, combination, combination. Each merging with the other, you get multiple colors. Go back, come to the other side of the prism, there is one white light. One white light appearing as multitudes, colors, is Maya. The prism is Maya. We have come to the other side of the prism. If you want to see the one, you have to pass through that prism to the other side of the prism. Then you will see only white light. There are no multitudes at all. This is Maya. To see one is reality. To see many is Maya. The whole efforts of human life and existence should be to go back to its source, where there is no sukha, dukkha, all these dualities end. Life, death, birth, death, all these are play going on in the existence of multitude, multifarious world. It is extremely difficult to go beyond the three gunas. That is, three gunas is sattva, raja, tama, cognition, movement, and then matter. The three. There is cognition, I am able to see, things are revealing themselves, I am able to perceive. Cognition. The jnanendriyas, manas, buddhi belongs to sattva. Then the movements are there, desires are there, enmity is there, all these running about, activities, movements, the whole universe is a constantly changing flux. This movement is rajas, and there is matter, tamas. The same one reality has its power, has manifested in three ways: the cognition, the movement, and the matter. They are one. Matter can be converted into energy. All these things, movement is because of the energy. Cognition is also another aspect of energy. Senses, mind, everything is one aspect of the same energy. When it is becoming senses and mind, and Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa, Gandha in the nature, and eyes, ears, nose, the tongue and skin, touch, all these becoming within the human existence or the living bodies, object and subject, is perceiving, cognition. It is going on. So Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, Rasa outside, its senses inside. This cognition is going on, interaction is going on. This is sattva. All the five senses and mind and this belong to. Karmendriyas, activities, I am running, I am talking, I am moving. Shabda, Sparsha, Rupa, here it is vak, pānihāti, upastapayu, sense organs. And then this is karmendriya, organ of action. On one side is the sense organs of sattva, rajas when we come to karmendriya, organs of action with energy. Energy is prana. It becomes the whole of the pranas, and karmendriyas, they become the rajas aspect. Everything is moving about, and there is matter. In my existence, bodily existence, matter is there. So these three, I have all the three. Sattva, Raja, Tamas. In the universe also has three aspects. Sattva, Raja, Tama. That is Maya. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Hari Om Tat Sat. Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.